After years of economic growth, China's renminbi currency, also called the yuan, has been added to the list of the elite global currencies by the International Monetary Fund. Alongside the dollar, euro, pound, and Japanese yen, the renminbi is officially recognized by the IMF to be safe, reliable, and freely usable. However, despite this designation, China has been known to practice currency manipulation in an effort to influence the value of the yuan. So what does that mean exactly? How does China manipulate its currency? Basically, currency manipulation is the way countries attempt to avoid the negative market effects of having a strong currency. The value of a currency is essentially dependent on how much or how little it is used, which in turn is dependent on how strong a country's trade balance is. When China has a trade surplus, people in other countries basically have to buy Chinese currency in order to buy Chinese goods. With an increase in demand, the price or value of the currency also goes up. However, as currencies get stronger, it becomes more expensive to purchase goods. Other cheaper currencies become more advantageous to spend. In a way, currency itself can be viewed as a product whose price is based on demand. As China has seen rapid and intense economic growth, they've attempted to stem the inevitable devaluation of their currency as their trade surplus grows. This is done through currency manipulation, which is when one currency is used to buy huge amounts of foreign currency. That makes it possible to prevent the currency from gaining too much value while also bolstering other currencies as well and keeping them from becoming too competitively cheap. So how does this work in action? According to Economic Policy Institute, China spent $500 billion in 2013 alone purchasing foreign currencies. This was likely to prevent the value of the yuan from making manufacturing in China less profitable, while attempting to cheapen the US dollar. This type of manipulation around the world is thought to cost the US between 2.3 and 5.8 million jobs, as well as hundreds of billions in trade deficit. Like all trade relations, currency manipulation is an inherently self-serving and competitive move by many countries, although China is considered the biggest offender. In August 2015, they devalued their currency by nearly 2% against the US dollar, forcing China's trade balance to favor exports over imports. It also shook global markets and was the country's biggest one-day drop in 20 years. However, both the devaluation and the IMF designation mean that the yuan is now less controlled by the Chinese government. As the currency sees greater scrutiny as an elite global medium, market forces will likely overpower manipulation. But in the end, China may have gotten what it wanted anyway, as the yuan now holds greater weight than either the pound or the Japanese yen. Although it has far to go before rivaling the dollar, its growth seems inevitable. China's currency might have a huge impact on economies around the world. So how dependent is the world economy on China? Find out in our video here.
Due to China's shrinking demand for auto exports, Japan is experiencing a continued economic slump. China's construction sector is also on the decline, leading to less trade with Australia, a significant source of raw materials. As a result, economists have warned of Australia's first recession in 24 years.
Thanks for watching TestTube News. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos.